Good day, beautiful people. This is Natalie Silva with Life Treasures and Golden Moments, sharing with you two stories of miracles and inspiration. Welcome back. It's so good to be with you again today, and happy spring almost. This is the month of March, and the weather's going to be warmer before too long. And I thought maybe this month would be fun to talk about nature and the miracles of nature. I was sitting out on my patio the other day. The weather has been unseasonably warm here, and I was looking around at all the beautiful things out there, the trees. The flowers are already blooming early. They thought it was spring already. The trees, the sky, and I'm thinking of the wildlife and the oceans, all the beautiful things of nature. And I'm thinking, this could not have just happened by accident. God is the artist of this miracle of nature. He has a palette that He's painted for us that is so beautiful, just for us. And we are blessed to live in this beautiful world. So this month, I will share true stories of miracles and occurrences that have taken place in nature. And today's story was written by Christine Trollinger, and the title is Amazing Grace and Butterflies. I hope you enjoy it. My father always had a great fondness for butterflies. When we were children living on the farm in the sandhills of Nebraska, one of the many things he taught us was the joy of watching for the arrival of butterflies every spring. My father's favorite butterfly species was the monarchs. Dad loved to teach us about nature, and we quickly learned that there are no two butterflies alike. They all have colorings as individual as our own faces. Different breeds of butterflies do have similar colors to each other, but the actual patterns are always slightly different. Each spring, we would go out into the fields and look for the milkweed plants. Female monarchs lay their eggs singly on the underside of milkweed leaves, so we would scour the milkweed looking for the first sign of butterflies. As we would walk along scouting for our first butterfly sighting of the season, Dad loved to tell the story of the butterfly from his own special spiritual perspective. Dad said that butterfly symbolizes the resurrection of all men, derived from the three stages of butterfly's life: the caterpillar, the chrysalis, and butterfly, hence life, death, and resurrection. When my grandmother died, I was heartbroken, as I had always been so very close to her. She had always regaled me for hours with her stories of life on the plains, and her faith in our good God, as she always called our Lord. Dad comforted me by saying, if God can lift the butterfly on delicate wings and guide them with His winds all the way across country every spring, then surely He can lift us one day when our journey is finished. Grandma will be waiting for us, don't you fear. As the years passed, I had grown up and moved far from the plains of Nebraska. I still kept up the search each spring for the first monarch butterfly spotting. It always made me feel close to home and to my father. When Dad was diagnosed with cancer, it was hard to bear the thought of losing my beloved father. But Dad always remained cheerful and upbeat about life and never wavered in his belief that God's good plan for us in life and in death was as beautiful as the metaphors of the butterflies in the springtime. The last gift he bought for me before his death was a necklace with a golden monarch butterfly on it. And though his death was growing close, he reminded me not to fear. God will lift you up, just as He lifts the butterflies and carries them safely. Never fear. Just a few short months later, my father died, and as if to be reminded me that he was well and happy and free, a bevy of his favorite monarch butterflies were gently floating around his grave when I went back to visit him one last time after the funeral before returning to my own home. Now, that may not seem all that special to most people, but you see, Dad died on Valentine's Day. God allowed me a glimpse of springtime, months before the butterflies would make their annual journey north. I'd like to think Dad had a hand in that. It certainly made saying goodbye easier, and whenever I see a monarch butterfly, I remember God is watching over us all, and will one day bring us all safely home. Everything on earth, shout with joy to God, sing about His glory. Make his praise glorious. Say to God, your works are amazing. Psalm 66, 1-3. Thank you for listening today. This is Natalie Silva with Life Treasures and Golden Moments. And before I sign off, I'd like to remind my listeners out there, if you or a friend has a story of a miracle or a story of inspiration that you'd like to share with our listeners and with me, please contact me at angelswhisper11@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. You all have a beautiful day now. Until next time, take care and God bless.